All right, well, I think we are ready. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. All right, everybody, ready? Like elementary school. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. All right, anyway. Hey, it is really, really nice to be back. This is, it's so weird, this is our third event in 5 days. I haven't worn a suit in a year, and I'm like, I have to find like 3 suits in 5 days. That's crazy. So we had solo and ensemble on Saturday, and at least one of these guys was involved in that. Kate was. And then we had, 70-something events on Saturday, and then Monday night was our jazz band concert. Some of these kids were involved. Who was involved in that on Monday? On Monday? No, you were, Jason. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and now here we are with our very first band concert since February of last year. So we're really excited to be here. This is, in case you're wondering, this is exactly what we look like in band's class. Our band room is exactly this size, and this is exactly what we look like every day in class. The spacing is what we're used to. So that's why we're in the gym. If we were in the auditorium, we don't fit on the stage. So here we are. So we hope you enjoy this. We realize it's not the most comfortable environment, but it is what we are able to do, and so we're really excited to be here. We're going to start with a piece by Alan Silva. It is supposed to represent, reminiscent of the International Spy movie. So this is called The Code. Okay, you can sit now. All right, the part that I forgot was to stand up at the end of the song. Like, we used to do that at concerts, is that right? That's right, we forgot about that part. Did we forget about that part? Stand up at the end of the song? Yeah? We didn't review that in class. So, in the very near future, you will receive an email from either Mr. Strickland or myself with a laundry list of upcoming dates. So now that we were given permission to start having concerts, and you didn't hear about this concert until we got permission, which was, about 2 weeks ago? Now that we have permission to do concerts, we will be releasing dates for the rest of the year in the very near future. We've got dates scheduled through May for things like a jazz band concert, another concert band concert, senior awards, several upcoming events that we will be releasing dates for very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Today, when we are done, over here on the table, the students are going to pick up a flower sale packet for this year's band flower sale. And if you are a freshman parent, you don't know anything about the flower sale because we didn't do it last spring. So we'll talk to the kids about it tomorrow, and we'll send out an email with some information. But it's been, two years now since we've done a flower sale. So we will send that information home with the kids here as they leave. But this is a sale that they can use to raise money for themselves for fees for marching band, color guard, anything like that that has a fee associated with it in the band department. So that's what the flower sale is for. And kids, when my son was in the band, he would earn his entire fall fee on the flower sale. So it's very possible to do very well. If the kid makes it a part-time job for 2 weeks, they can earn their entire marching band fees just by selling enough flowers. So they'll pick that up on the way out today. We're going to finish with a song that we're really excited to premiere for you. We need to thank Miss Keverly, that was our student teacher a few weeks ago. She finished a few weeks ago. She'll be here later tonight. She couldn't conduct this song because she teaches at another school now and can't get here on time. But she worked on this song with them quite a bit. This is called Ritual and Celebration by John Moss. Starts off very slowly and quietly, which in a gym is hard, but we'll make it work. And then it's very aggressive. That's easy in a gym. So we hope you enjoy Ritual and Celebration. Thank you so much. That's all we have with all the snow days and distance learning days and everything else. This is what we could get done. So that's all the bands have 2 tunes tonight. But thank you so much. I want to encourage you. There's lots of important dates in May, so pay attention to that email. May 4th is an important date, by the way. May 12th, I think, is our concert. May 18th, I think, is jazz band. April something is the senior awards. So we're looking forward to the spring and everything it has to bring with it. And we will see you in May. Thank you so much.
Check, check. Hello, and welcome to our first live performance of the 2021 school year. My name is Andrew Weaver. I'm director of the concert band B. Some of you might recognize me from Ankeny. I also teach there as well. We're going to start off tonight with a Sam Hazo tune called Blue and Green Music. It's a painting by Georgia O'Keeffe, and it is based on her interpretation of music and different styles of music. Very cool painting if you get a chance to check it out. But this is Sam Hazo's interpretation of that actual painting. So we hope you enjoy green and blue music. super cool piece, lots of different things going on there. I highly encourage you to go check out that painting, Georgia O'Keeffe, Blue and Green Music. A couple of announcements before we play our last piece of the evening. I'm supposed to mention, let's see, flower sale starts very, very soon. Actually, on your way out those doors, band members, there's packets right there on that table. Everybody should grab one. That is a way for you to earn money towards your band account for next year. So say if you're doing marching band or things that involve band fees, that helps these students earn that money. So definitely check it out. It's spring, everybody wants flowers, so especially after the year we've had. So this last piece we're going to play for you is just a fun piece by Robert Shelton called A Symphonic Celebration. We hope you like it.
Mr. Strickland. I'm one of the high school band directors here. This is Symphonic Band. We are super glad to see you. We're super excited to have a concert for the first time in what feels like an eternity, but it's only been a year, just a year, right? But these kids have been working really hard, really the entire year. I know that we only shared a song of the fall stuff that we've been working on, but the winter's been weird too. You know, obviously we were on remote for a while and we had all the snow days and stuff, but we have a lot of music to play for you tonight. So we're gonna start off with two movements of a really famous work by Rayfon Williams that's been in the band repertoire for a long time, entitled English Folk Song Suite. next tune, I just want to tell you about a couple things. Mr. Frost and I spent a lot of time last week prepping all the dates for the rest of the school year. So that includes, oh my gosh, all the marching band leadership stuff, the awards banquet, the end of year concerts, mini camp. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. But anyways, the point is, we will be sending you an email soon with all of those dates because now they're kind of more or less set in stone. So we just had to clear all the spaces. We now know that we can do a performance like this following proper protocol, and we know that the administrators and the board and Greene County Public Health are on board with the things that we're doing. So it's a little easier to kind of have a plan moving forward. I know this has been a year of change, so everything's subject to change. But assuming it doesn't, we'll be able to send that stuff to you and let you be able to plan. The other thing I want to tell you about is today also marks the beginning of our flower sale. We did not do a flower sale last year because of the timing of it, but it's back. So if you're a freshman parent, you're probably not even aware of what this is. Every year we do a flower sale with the kids where they can go around and they sell flowers to their neighbors or their family and their friends, and then about a month after the order forms are turned in, we do a flower delivery, and these are just like flowers that you would plant in your own flower beds. They can be hanging baskets, all kinds of things like that. The cool thing about this flower sale is the money that they raise, a portion of those proceeds go towards paying their own fees for things like if they did marching band or indoor percussion. Any of those activities, they can use some of this money towards. So it's not just a fundraiser for the band, it's a fundraiser directly for them and the expenses they may incur. So on the way out today, every kid should pick up one of these flower sale order forms. It's sitting on that table right there in front of Joe Wilson and Ethan Faber on his phone. Yes, those children right there waving. They can grab one on the way out, and then they'll have it for over spring break. They can sell some flowers, and then we'll collect it right at the beginning of April. Delivery happens at the beginning of May, and then hopefully we'll sell lots of flowers this year. We'll have a backlog of people that want to buy flowers, so that'll be good. Okay, our last tune today is wildly different than what you just heard. So English folk songs is, I don't know how old. When was that tune written? A few years ago? 1924? So it's a little older. It's not quite 100 years old, a while now, but he is very well known in the band world, and we've done a lot of John Mackey works. If you've been around symphonic band especially, you've probably heard of John Mackey work every year I've been here. So I really like John Mackey. So this is one of the first pieces that he did that was really well known. It's especially known for this big opening solo, no pressure at all. Jenna, sorry to put you on the spot. But it also has this really rhythmic djembe part that runs all the way through it that's really exciting. So we hope that you enjoy Strange Humors.
Welcome. We are so excited to be here as our first in-person band concert in over a year. And we're really, really happy to be back. It's been a busy couple of days, which is kind of insane. I hadn't worn a suit in over a year. And in 5 days, I've had to have 3. So Saturday we did solo and ensemble, and that was an event here at the school that a lot of our kids participated in, and it absolutely kicked butt on. It was great. And then Monday we did the jazz band concert, and if you haven't seen that, it's available online. You can go watch it. We did that Monday night. We had 3 jazz bands. So who so far has already performed, either at solo and ensemble or in a jazz band concert so far in the band? Raise your hand real high. Solo and ensemble or a big jazz band concert in this band. Not a lot, but several. Okay? And we've had a great time, and we're so happy you're here. This is exactly what we look like in the band room, other than not dressed up. So we sit exactly in this shape. This is a 6x6 block with 8 feet in front of the trombones, or 9 feet in front of the trombones. And so this is exactly what we look like in band class every day. So if you're wondering, whether they always do this? Yes, we actually always do this. So you'll see the exact protocol that we do in class. So before we start, it is my pleasure to introduce to you not our student teacher anymore, but she was our student teacher for the first half of the quarter, and then she's been at Miamisburg in an elementary school for the last week and a half, and I said, no, you should definitely come do the song you worked on with us. So it's my privilege to introduce to you Miss Alex Keverly from the University of Dayton.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Keverly. I'm a student teacher here. I'm from UD. Although I'm not here anymore, I'm super excited to be back. This is Rhythm and the Spears by Eric Morales.
So this concert is brief. We have 2 tunes for you, so we're getting ready for number 2 here with Christmas break and snow days and virtual learning days and everything else. We've gotten done what we can get done. So, but we've had a great time. Before we do our last number, though, there's several things I need to tell you about. Be watching for an email from us that is like the rest of the school year in one email. So once we got clearance to do this concert, that meant that we could plan the rest of the concerts. So you will hear from us very soon about the rest of the school year, including another band concert in May, another jazz band concert in May, a senior award ceremony in late April. All of this setup that we set up last week, and we got okay and clearance and got all the spaces we need. So now we're ready to announce it to you. So we'll be getting those all out to you soon. This last week has felt to me, if you were at the jazz concert, you've already heard this, it's felt like a renaissance to me. A renaissance is the rebirth of the arts, and to me it's like, oh, this is what we've all been waiting for. We need your support on May 4th to make that continue to happen. So if you have questions about that, come to one of the meetings. I went last night to the board meeting about school levy information. If you have questions about it, go to those. It was great. I learned stuff, and I teach here. So those are great. You should definitely go to one. The next number has a little story to it. So when I pick music for this band, we look for tunes we've done before over, last decade or whatever. And then we also dig through smart music. And in smart music, it just lists titles. So every once in a while, you find a title that's funny, and so you click on it, right? And Mr. Strickland and I are sitting in the office one day, and I go, well, we'll never play this because it's the dumbest title ever. And then we started to listen to it, and I'm like, well, there's a bunch of 7/8 measures, so mixed meter. We get to teach mixed meter. There's some chromatic things in there, so where we start the year is teaching chromatic scale. There's a whole bunch of things we can teach in this. The song just happens to be called Angry Beavers. So it seems somehow appropriate, and yet not okay at the same time. So we've had a good time with this. It is supposed to sound very like movie-esque, and it does. And we've had a really fun time putting this together. I told them they're the performers, not the audience, so don't dance around too much while we play it. So hopefully you enjoy Angry Beavers.
so good to see all of you. Thanks for coming out to our concert. This is number 5 of the evening. Here we are. This is concert A that meets 5th period every day. We're really excited to be back in front of an audience. We're really excited that we can do this and that you can be a part of this. And these kids haven't performed, some of them, for anyone in over a year now. It was just over a year ago that we went remote, and then I think our last live performance before that was Weekend of Jazz, and then we had a concert before that. So it's really exciting just to be able to play for you. So we're going to kick it off with a tune called Blue and Green Music. Blue and Green Music is actually the name of a painting by Georgia O'Keeffe. Her basis for that painting was kind of this idea of like hearing or seeing. I don't know if you know the concept of synesthesia, but this idea that when you hear music, you see color. Kind of that idea of like blue and green music. This is the colors that you're seeing when you hear a certain type of music. Or when you see this painting, this was the music that you would hear, that kind of idea. So if you've never seen the painting, it's a really famous one. You should check it out, and you can kind of see the inspiration for this work by Sam Hazer. So we hope you enjoy Blue and Green Music. Okay, just a couple things before we play our last tune. Mr. Frost and I have been working on a whole bunch of dates for the spring, so things are kind of getting closer to back to normal. So we started planning things like our award banquet and a spring concert and mini camp and all of those things. So expect to see an email from one of us in the very near future with all those dates outlined, so you're aware of all those things that are going on. The other thing I want to tell you about today is today marks the start of our annual flower sale. So we didn't have a flower sale last year because obviously COVID had just started and the idea of handing out a bunch of flowers in a mass delivery seemed like a bad idea at the time. So we kind of scrapped it. So if you're a freshman parent or your child was in 8th grade, you might not even know what this is because we didn't even get to do it last year. The flower sale is an opportunity. It's a fundraiser for kids to sell flowers, flowers that you would plant in your own garden beds or hanging baskets. But unlike other fundraisers we do, like the fruit sale, this fundraiser earns the money directly towards things that they would participate in the band program. So if they're doing marching band, if they do indoor percussion, they earn a percentage of each thing they sell towards. So if they sold like a hanging basket, a percentage of that would go towards an account of sorts that they could use to pay towards those activities. So they could, if they sold 10 hanging baskets, then they would earn so much money towards paying off their marching band dues or their indoor percussion dues or their winter guard dues. So it's a little different than our other fundraisers because the money goes directly back towards the kids partially. So we really like to have kids involved with that. A lot of kids pay for their entire fall just by selling flowers, and then plus a lot of people, plant flowers anyway, so why not get them from us, right? So we have those to pick up. They're on this table right here in front of Lucas, and is that Matt, right? No, I can't. Margaret. There we go. They all look the same with masks on. Well, not Lucas. Lucas doesn't look like anyone, so. But it's the hair. Parker, you got some sweet curls. I think, stand up. No, I'm just kidding. You look funny. They're right there, so your kid can pick them up on the way out, on the table. And it's just an order form. The sale starts today. It goes through, I don't remember the exact date, but it's just after spring break. I think it's April. I wish Mr. Frost was here. Always knows all these dates. Mr. Pennington, where are you? I think it's April 12th or 13th. 4th, that's what I said. 14th. Oh, good. Wow, I thought it was way off. April 14th, so they'll turn those in, and then about a month later, the delivery happens, and you pick up all the flowers and deliver them. So make sure they grab that on the way out. Okay, our last tune today for you is entitled Symphonic Celebration. It is the opposite of what you just heard in a lot of ways. It's not so introspective or reflective. It is a very upbeat, energetic tune by Robert Sheldon. So we hope you enjoy Symphonic Celebration.
well, we're apparently drying off music stands. That is the daily protocol. As they come to band, we sprayed off all the seats, and they grab a paper towel and clean them off. And so if they, every once in a while, they set a song down, and all of a sudden water just starts creeping up the song because it's in the corner of the music stand. They didn't realize it was there. Are we good now? Does everybody have what you need? All right, have a seat. This is a little glimpse inside of every day in band class. So we look like this in band class every day. The room is spread out like this. This is 6-foot spacing with 8-9 feet in front of trombones. In class, I think they actually are a foot further back. We're 10 feet back in class because the squares are 2 feet and it's just easier. And so this is exactly what we look like in class in a block. The empty chairs are chairs we don't use for this band. Mr. Strickland and I just set up a solid block, and that's kind of how it looks. So, little glimpse into the protocol that we deal with every day in band class. And we are about ready to roll. Are you guys good? We're super excited to show you the songs we've been working on. We only have 2 for you tonight with snow days and days off for being closed down. It's been a little tricky to get much prepared, but we've got 2 tunes for you that we're really proud of. It is my pleasure to introduce for our first song our student teacher, who is no longer our student teacher. She was with us until, 2 weeks ago? Right? And so when we decided we were going to do a concert, I said, well, you have to come conduct on a concert because you worked too hard to not do this. So this is Miss Alex Keverly. She's a student at University of Dayton, and she will introduce the first song.
Alex Keverly. I'm a student teacher here, or I was, from UD. We're going to be playing Marche Bichou by Satoshi Yadisawa.
right, percussion has to move an army of stuff around, so it gives me a little bit of time. We're really excited about the next number, but before we play it for you, we do have a couple of announcements. Be on the lookout for a very in-depth email coming out soon with all of the dates for the rest of the school year. So we emailed you about this concert, I think it was March 5th, so what, about 2 weeks ago, a little less than 2 weeks ago, because that's when we got clearance to give one. And so we said, all right, cool, let's get one done before spring break, and then let's plan the rest of the year. So we did that last week, and we've got a plan for the rest of the school year, and we will get that all released, including another concert with these guys, concert with jazz band, a senior awards thing. So that'll all get released very soon. We're working out a couple of details on a couple of those events, but at least we have the dates, and I can tell you when they'll be. All right. This has been a crazy week. It's great. It feels like normal almost from at least busy standpoint. We've had 3 major events in 5 days. So how many of you have been involved in one of the other 2 events? And that would be all of you. We did solo ensemble on Saturday, and if you came out to hear them, the groups were all amazing. It was really cool. And then Monday night we did our jazz concert. I had to wear 3 suits in 5 days. I haven't worn a suit in a year. And 3 in 5 days. It was crazy. They still almost fit. So it's been great. We've had a really good time. It's kind of like I said this at the jazz concert, so if you heard it, I'm repeating myself, I apologize. It's kind of a renaissance moment for me. I feel like the Renaissance was a rebirth of the arts, and to me that's where we are. And we need your help, right? We've got an upcoming thing on May 4th. Get out and vote. That's going to be a big deal. And we are really excited to keep this going and keep growing and keep doing the things we're doing. We're going to tell you next. This song is called With Heart and Voice, and it's by one of my favorite composers. This is David Gillingham. We did a piece, was it last year that we did Heroes Lost and Fallen, or 2 years ago? 2 years ago, Heroes Lost and Fallen. What about Give Us This Day? No, that's not Gillingham. That's Maslanka. I always get those mixed up. But Heroes Lost and Fallen 2 years ago. So that was one we really enjoyed too. This one, I'm going to read the front cover because it's perfect. It says, "This is exhilarating. This piece begins with a feeling of reticence and apprehension and works through many emotions, finally growing into celebration with joyful and dramatic exuberance. What better way to celebrate than with our hearts and voices?" So this is With Heart and Voice.